AEM 21-8117DC and 21-8117DP air intake systems are engineered to add horsepower and reduce restriction compared to OEM air intakes, and they come with a lifetime limited warranty. AEM intakes utilize a reusable dry flow air filter. These oil-free filters are durable and very easy to clean. Both intakes have received a CARB EO number and are street legal in all 50 states for 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2008 Ford F150 pickups with 5.4-liter engines. See AEMintakes.com for latest vehicle applications. AEM power testing showed an estimated power gain of 19 horsepower at 4,500 RPM with this air intake installed on a 2008 Ford F150 with a 5.4-liter engine. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. Here's a comparison of the sound of the truck on the dyno with the stock OEM system versus AEM's air intake. AEM cold air intakes come with detailed instructions with pictures and diagrams. AEM intakes are engineered for specific vehicles to produce a safe horsepower increase. Make sure the vehicle is parked on a level surface. Set the parking brake. If the engine has run in the past 2 hours, let it cool down. Disconnect the negative battery terminal. Do not discard stock components after removal of the factory system. This is the factory airbox system. Locate the mass airflow sensor and the connector on the airbox. Release the locking mechanism on the mass airflow sensor connector. Press the plastic clip on the connector down and pull the connector away from the sensor. This is the connector disengaged from the sensor. Find the PCV hose located on the opposite side of the airbox from the mass airflow sensor. Release the green locking mechanism on the PCV hose connector. Pull the PCV hose away from the airbox. Unclip the wire harness attached to the airbox located on the lower left-hand side of the airbox. Remove the 2 bolts located on the driver's side of the airbox. Remove the 2 bolts securing the airbox on the passenger side. Remove the bolts securing the inlet duct. Gently pull the inlet duct away from the fender. Pull the inlet duct away from the airbox and remove it from the vehicle. Pull up on the airbox and remove it from the vehicle. Remove the mass airflow sensor from the airbox using the supplied Torx tool. Be sure to keep the sensor in a safe place. It will be used later. Remove the bolt located on the driver's side fender. This is how the engine bay will look after the stock airbox system is removed from the Ford F150. When installing the intake system, do not completely tighten the hose clamps or mounting hardware until instructed to do so. Install the mass airflow sensor into the straight upper inlet pipe using the 2 factory socket bolts. Secure the small bracket to the intake manifold threaded insert using the supplied M6 hex flange bolt. Install the tree mount zip tie into the hole of the bracket installed in Step 3C. Secure the wiring harness that was unclipped in Step 2I with the tree mount zip tie. 2005 to 2006 Ford F150 owners proceed to Step I. For other models, install the 2 upper and lower heat shield spacers. The spacers sandwich the stock sheet metal bracket and are secured with the 2 supplied bolts, washers, and nuts. Place the heat shield into the engine bay, aligning the 2 holes located on the bottom face of the heat shield with the 2 bolts installed in Step 3F. With a marker, mark the location of the 3rd hole. Remove the heat shield and drill a 1/8 inch pilot hole where you made a mark on the fender. For 2007 and 2008 Ford F150 models, place the heat shield in the engine bay and screw in the supplied self-tapping screw. For 2005 and 2006 Ford F150 models, use the M6 bolt. Secure the rest of the heat shield with the 2 supplied lock nuts and washers. Fasten the heat shield bracket to the heat shield with 2 M6 bolts and serrated nuts. Align the bracket with the bolt hole in the fender. Reuse the bolt from step 2Q to secure it to the fender. Install the tree mount zip tie in the heat shield bracket hole with the zip tie facing downward. Secure the hose running around the heat shield with the zip tie. Cut off any excess zip tie when you have secured the hose. Install the rubber edge trim on the pipe opening on the heat shield. Install the rubber gasket on the top edges of the heat shield. Install the 90-degree coupler on the throttle body and loosely secure it with a number 56 hose clamp. Place another number 56 hose clamp on the other side of the coupler loosely. Insert the upper inlet pipe into the 90-degree coupler. Connect the breather hose to the upper inlet pipe. Slide the transition coupler on the end of the upper intake pipe and loosely secure it with the number 56 hose clamp. Do not slide coupler on so far that the throttle body pipe makes a step. Insert the lower intake pipe into the transition coupler and loosely secure it with a number 56 hose clamp. Align the bracket with the hole exposed in step 2L and use the bolt removed in step 2L to secure the bracket. Install the air filter on the end of the lower intake pipe and secure with the supplied number 56 hose clamp. Reconnect the mass airflow sensor harness that was disconnected in 2D to the mass airflow sensor and lock it. Position the inlet pipes for the best fitment. Be sure that the pipes and any other components do not contact any part of the vehicle. Tighten the rubber mount, all bolts and hose clamps. Check for proper hood clearance. Readjust pipes if necessary and retighten them. Inspect the engine bay for any loose tools and check that all fasteners that were moved or removed are properly tightened. Reconnect the negative battery terminals and start the engine. Let the vehicle idle for 3 minutes. Perform a final inspection before driving the vehicle. The CARB exemption sticker included with the intake must be visible under the hood so that an emissions inspector can see it when the vehicle is required to be tested for emissions. It will be necessary to check AEM intakes periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. Go to AEMintakes.com to find products, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing estimated horsepower gains, and for other product details.